Again, I'm Danny Herron with Habitat Community of Greater Nashville. We have a lot of team members here in blue, but I am so glad to have you here today. It's a very special day. You know, it started back in 2010 in the groundbreaking, really, of this development, which Park Preserve, you know, the vision for it was something exciting for Habitat. We never built something this large. We're now finishing up these are the 204 homes have been built here by Habitat for Humanity, and that's just amazing. And what we are so proud to have the involvement of all the community to make that possible. It's amazing that this development has been visited by President of the United States, senators, governors, local executives and community leaders, and that's what made this possible. But it also, you know, we've had well over 25,000 volunteers in this community. If you do the math, that's over 175,000 hours of volunteer work. Isn't that amazing to come and make this possible over the last 15 years? And what's resulted is over $50 million of real estate value in Park Preserve neighborhood alone. Over $300,000 a year property taxes are being generated and paid for by the homeowners who live here. So they're paying back into this community. So I just want to thank you today. I see so many of our board members out here, hi Heather, and so many of our, again, other leaders that it makes it a very special day. What a great day to celebrate these homeowners. And I'm going to start off by introducing a good friend of mine, the Executive Director of THDA, Ralph Perry.
Good afternoon, everyone. You know, Danny, on the way over, I couldn't help but think back that over the years, you and I have done a few of these. But what I've noticed about you, and which I'm sure many of you have noticed as well, for Danny, these never get old. Each one is a special celebration. You see that he shares the joy of those who are going to get their home dedicated today, and also the pride and satisfaction that attends to so many of you who volunteered or sponsored and made all this work happen. So that's leadership and example, and thank you for that. God's given us a wonderful day today to celebrate these new homeowners, the completion of Park Preserve, but also to thank and honor the man whose vision and leadership made a lot of this possible. You know, it was Danny years ago looking at this plot of land and envisioning a community here, a larger community than Habitat had taken on. It was Danny persuading Habitat International and President Carter to work here some years ago. All of that, it starts with a vision, but it takes leadership to get that over the line. You've had a lot of help. We've been proud at THDA to be working with you, not just the financial and the no-interest mortgages that many homeowners can take advantage of, but it's personal to a lot of our folks, which is why they get in their jeans and T-shirts and come out to work. You all have wisely decided that a nail gun is not the best implement for me personally to use.
Or me.
So we'll go from there. But, you know, before long, not too long, retirement looms for you, and we certainly wish you well, but it should be evident to everybody you set that bar pretty high. But fortunately, whoever comes next will have the firmest of foundations on which to build, and a great example for how one goes about it. Faith is an important part of the work that Habitat does, and I know for you personally. So Scripture says it best. Well done, thou good and faithful servant.
So when Danny started with Habitat 16 years ago, we believed this neighborhood was his first dedication. And we came to the conclusion that as president and CEO of Habitat, this will be his last Habitat dedication. So we wanted to take just a few minutes to recognize the tremendous leadership that all of us have known intimately working with him, and kind of say a word about this subdivision, Park Preserve, and what's happening around here under Danny's leadership. So the Park Preserve neighborhood that we started in 2010, and it's very unusual that we would finish up here at the end of Danny's tenure in the same neighborhood. We typically build and move on to the next neighborhood, So this is almost Providence to bring Danny back to this same spot that he started with his last dedication. So as he mentioned, we had the 2018 Property Brothers build here. We had the 2019 Jimmy and Rosalind Carter Work Project here. And under Danny's leadership for the last 4 years, Habitat has been putting together this beautiful Parkwood ball field over here, helping Metro Park put in a 59-acre park, which will go right behind us, and then building these last 26 homes in Park Preserve. Again, this is all under Danny's tremendous leadership and vision, and it's a little bit outside of the box. Sometimes great leaders do things that are just a little bit, we don't know about this, but we're going to try it and see what happens, and it's great leadership that brings it across the line. So we want to take a minute to recognize how deeply we all love and respect Danny, from the staff and from everybody that's here, and the tremendous leadership and the projects that he has brought forward, as this is our last neighborhood in Park Preserve for quite some time. So with that, I would like to welcome up Quante Toombs and Jennifer Gamble, who have a few things to say about Danny. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Councilmember Jennifer Gamble, and I represent District 3, which is just north of here, just a few blocks away or miles away, where Village by the Creek is located, actually, and Danny mentioned that. Village by the Creek is a Habitat for Humanity community that just finished up last fall with 59 homes, and we are so excited and grateful to have our new neighbors at Village by the Creek, like we are grateful to have you all from Park Preserve. So congratulations. First, I want to say congratulations to all the new homeowners and families. I've attended many Habitat home dedications in our community, and when I do, I'm always inspired by the determination and goodwill of the families that I meet. You've done it. You have accomplished the American dream of owning a home. And I tell you today, that is not an easy feat in today's market. A 2025 study found that 44% of minority households in Nashville own their homes, compared to 72% of white households. This is a huge disparity which cuts many families out of opportunities to build generational wealth. As an advocate for Habitat for Humanity and volunteer, I have seen firsthand the impact that owning a home has on changing people's lives and the community for the better. Although today is bittersweet, as you've heard, our Danny Herron is retiring. So today marks the beginning or a new beginning with the dedication of new homes at Park Preserve, but we're also recognizing the end of an era with the retiring of an exemplary leader and service person, Danny Herron, CEO Danny Herron. I've had the pleasure of working with Danny and his team at Habitat for about 6 years. I met Danny in 2019 when Habitat for Humanity of Greater Nashville hosted the annual Jimmy and Rosalind Carter project right here at Park Preserve. Soon after that, we talked about building a Habitat community in District 3, and Village by the Creek was born. Under Danny's leadership, Habitat for Humanity of Greater Nashville has built more than 500 homes, engaged more than 75,000 volunteers, expanded its service area into surrounding communities, and established a new central office. In addition, he has helped bring hope and inspiration to communities throughout North Nashville, which are often forgotten and overlooked. So thank you, Danny. Thank you on behalf of the community and the many families that you have served. Thank you. We are forever grateful for your outstanding leadership and caring heart, and we wish you and your family the very best in your retirement. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Councilwoman Quante Toombs. I am the district council person for District 2, in which the Park Preserve community sits. So welcome to the new homeowners. I am available at any time to you. Well, not any time. I always say that. That's a habit. But you can reach out to me at any time, and I will get back to you as quickly as possible. My relationship with Habitat began during my first term in 2019. Danny and Sherry and their team have been a tremendous help and contribution to the District 2 community. I recall when Danny and Sherry came to me, they were interested in the 11-acre parcel where these 26 homes sit. And when they initially looked at the parcel, it was worth about $600,000. So they went back and got their $600,000. And when they came back, it was worth $1 million. And so they reached out to me as the district council person. It's like, council lady, we don't have $1 million. I was like, I don't either. But you know what? What can we do? And so in exchange for getting the property at that original appraisal price, they agreed to build the 26 affordable homes that you see around you to assist Metro in building out the 59-acre park and to rebuild, to help renovate the Parkwood Ballpark. And that was supposed to be for the difference of the $600 and the $1 million. And that Parkwood Ballpark renovation ended up being $2.5 million. Which Habitat raised for the community, and that is a generational project that's going to impact the community for generations to come. There are professional grade ball fields over there, and for a community that has historically been neglected and hasn't seen a lot of investment, to have that type of investment in the community says something to our kids that they matter. And that their future is just as important as anyone else in the city. The 26 affordable homes, there will never be anything built around you. And there are folks who pay a pretty penny for that type of amenity, and Habitat has made that affordable, made the dream of home ownership attainable for so many people that it wouldn't otherwise be attainable for in the Nashville market, which we all know is very expensive. And that has always been a goal of mine to bring affordability and economic prosperity to this district without pushing people out, welcoming people in, but without pushing people out who've always been here. And Habitat and Danny have been a great partner in doing that, and I am forever grateful. And so is the Metro Council. I have a long resolution. I know that it is hot, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. I will read the last few paragraphs if it doesn't blow away. Whereas it is fitting and proper for the Metropolitan Council to honor Danny Herron for his service as CEO and President at Habitat for Humanity of Greater Nashville. He has worked with humility, heart, and purpose to expand the affordable home ownership opportunities in Nashville and Davidson County. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Metropolitan Council of Nashville and Davidson County that the Metropolitan County Council hereby goes on record honoring Danny Herron for his dedication to public service and excellence in nonprofit leadership over the course of his 16 years at Habitat for Humanity of Greater Nashville. This resolution shall take effect from and after its adoption, the welfare of the Metropolitan Government in Nashville and Davidson County requiring it.
Before we move on to the project, we had a little something that we humbly as our staff wanted to present to Danny. And we kept thinking, what would it be that would mirror his humility, that would mirror our devotion to him, that would represent this day. So I'm going to ask Johnny Reynolds, who is our longest tenured Habitat employee. Johnny, if I'm correct. This is Johnny's 26th year working for Habitat, which beats Danny by 10.
All right, thank you all. I'd like to invite all of our Habitat staff to come up and join us, please. Danny, on behalf of our entire Habitat team, we wanted to take a moment to honor you with this small Lego house. A simple but meaningful symbol of homes, countless lives, and communities you've helped build over the past 16 years. As we close out our North Nashville build, it feels especially fitting to do this here on Sophie Spring Court, a neighborhood that represents so much heart, history, and impact. This is a token of our deep gratitude for your leadership, your commitment, and the legacy you've set into motion. We are honored to build alongside you and even more grateful for all you've built with Habitat in our local communities throughout Middle Tennessee. I want to thank you, Danny. Sir, it's been a pleasure and honor to serve under your leadership.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank right, I'm going to say one last word and then let you go to the families. Thank you to the staff and appreciate it. Thank you for all the kind words. One thing is my parting words would be to everybody. As you listen every day, you turn on the TV or turn on the radio, you hear me say this all the time, you're convinced that you have to hate your neighbor. There's something about your neighbor you don't like, and it causes you to believe that y'all can't be community. It doesn't happen that way here. We're one Nashville, we're one community, and don't lose that. So thank you very much.
I'm Lauren Payne here at Habitat for Humanity. I have had the pleasure of working here for over 19 years. And during that time, as we started this community, I even remember a phone call that we had with Matt Wilshire at the time when he was working with Metro Nashville about how we could purchase this land. So the work that was going into this community that you see here today, it represents so much more than just a build that happened in 2025. In 2021, we actually reached out and applied for maybe the 18th time, hoping we would finally get it to the Bank of America Neighborhood Builders Award. For anyone who is in the nonprofit space, this is the Great White Whale. And with this project that you saw here, we were able to finally win that award. That was quickly followed by a gift to allow us to purchase the land from the late Russ Burns and his wife, Allison Burns. We needed, though, to secure $7.7 million to do this community in this one block. That was to purchase the land, to develop the land, to build the homes that were here. Some of these flags that you see behind you represent some of our funders whose funding is on all of those homes. I also want to take a minute to say thanks to the Barnes Housing Trust Fund, we were able to secure funding for construction costs, land development, and for down payment assistance for all of our homes. The Memorial Foundation supported first land purchase, and then we went back to them and we said we need more for land development, and they helped to support that as well. Josie Davis and the Frist Foundation jumped in and graciously donated funding to help us develop these roads and this community. And when we say we could not move our mission forward without the incredible investment of this community, of each and every one of you, we truly could not do what it is that we do. It is through you that we were able to celebrate not just the 8 families today, but for the 26 families that will call this entire block home. So thank you. Take a minute there. So, I have to pick up trash. If you're ever out here on a build site, you can always see Danny picking up trash. So he's always lending a hand. So that was my homage to you, sir. I have a few more numbers for you. They are 35, 270, 1,275, and 700,000. There are 35 different companies, congregations, foundations, and individuals who gave over $700,000 and provided 1,275 volunteers to build just the 8 homes that you are seeing here today. For this build, they joined our amazing construction team, our supervisors on site, and the 8 families that are here today cutting the ribbons on the homes that they are purchasing to build them, to share and break bread with them, and to build community with them. And that is so truly important. And for you, we say thank you. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for that investment. Now, one of our partners sprinkled a little bit of magic on the 12 homes that we built this past fall. As a matter of fact, they funded the roofs that go over these 12 homes. And 8 of those home buyers are cutting the ribbons on their homes today. So please join me in welcoming up my friend, Jahari Matthews, Vice President and Executive Director of One Community and the Tennessee Titans Foundation.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know we are standing out in the sun, and the funny thing about it is that when we were originally supposed to do this, there was an ice storm, and now, a few weeks later, we're here standing in 90-degree weather. So, welcome to Nashville. My name is Jahari Matthews, as Lauren shared, and it is my honor to be up here today representing the Tennessee Titans and the work that we have been so graciously involved in with Habitat for Humanity. We decided probably a few years ago to launch an initiative called One Community. And through One Community, it focused on 3 areas: opportunity, neighborhoods, and education. It's that neighborhoods piece that was really important and critical for us, because we realized that the fabric of Nashville is definitely built by our communities, by our neighbors. And for us, that was important because we wanted to make sure that every single Nashvillian, every person that calls this place home is able to not only just afford it, but able to thrive. And so we launched Home Field Advantage, which is all about supporting those institutions like Habitat for Humanity, our faith-based organizations, and some of our community partners who are doing this work, who are in the trenches, making sure that people have places to call homes. This initiative, through this initiative, we've been able to meet the need and support over 400 individuals through the existing work. And as well, we've contributed over nearly $1.1 million to this cause. Thank you. Home Field Advantage is simply about securing the home field, which is our city and our communities, for the next generation of Titans, the everyday people who look like you and me. On behalf of the Tennessee Titans, we're so excited to be a part of this. Congratulations to all of the families who are walking into this next chapter. The homes are beautiful. We've seen them, and we are so proud to welcome you to your new neighborhood. But most importantly, we want to say thank you to Habitat for Humanity for all that you do. And to Danny, thank you. I don't know where you went, but Danny, thank you, because through your leadership and your vision, we've been able to see so many neighborhoods and so many families here in Nashville continue to thrive. Today, we also have a special friend with us who has also come out to just show his gratitude, but also to congratulate and welcome those 8 families. We have Mr. Jeffrey Simmons from the Tennessee Titans, who's here. I just want you guys to know that, the Tennessee Titans, our mission is to win, serve, entertain. And the beauty about our organization is that not only do we seek to win on the field, but we want to win off the field. And we have players like Jeff who are invested in our community, who support the Nashvillians and the Tennesseans across our state. And we just want you all to know that we are so proud to be a neighbor. And of course, tighten up.
Good afternoon. My name is Tracy Beasley. I'm with Habitat for Humanity as the Homeowner Program Manager. I wanted to welcome you as we celebrate 8 amazing new homeowners and all the hands and hearts that brought them to this moment today. Today is a chance to recognize our partners, our sponsors, volunteers who help raise these walls, paint trim, and show up week after week, and to celebrate the kind of community that we believe everyone deserves: an affordable place to call home. It's been a joy to celebrate Danny today, our beloved CEO, and to mark the completion of Park Preserve, an important milestone made possible by so many dedicated partners. At the center of this are our future homeowners. For them, today represents stability, relief from uncertainty of rising rent, and an affordable path to a fixed mortgage that they can sustain, made possible by a community that came to work alongside them. As families move through the Habitat program, we invite them to reflect on what they are most looking forward to, what they are grateful for along the way. Their words capture what this day means best, and in their own words, here are a few reflections that we're honored to share. To have a future shaped by stability and the relief from the financial strain of rising rent, Community is especially important to me, and I am excited about building my future with neighbors and people who are helping me succeed. With their help, me and my child's life will be changed forever. Habitat will give me a chance to become a homeowner in a city that I grew up in with a fixed mortgage that I can afford as a single-parent household. I already wear my heart on the sleeve, but seeing the hard work and love being devoted by volunteers will be unforgettable. And the last one, I'm already amazed by what it takes to make this happen. I hope in some way I can communicate by immense wonder and gratitude for all their gifts of time, resources, caring, and ongoing involvement. Every one of these future homeowners that I'm going to introduce here in a few moments has invested more than 200 hours into this home buying process. 85 hours of those are in the classroom, 100 hours working here in Park Preserve, building their homes and their neighbors' homes, and then another 15 hours volunteering at our restores.
In the Lord's Prayer, we ask that His kingdom come and His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Habitat's mission to put God's love in action and build homes, communities, and hope reflects exactly this. When you demonstrate the love of Jesus, a little bit of heaven becomes tangible, seeable, and touchable. That's what Habitat's support team of employees, sponsors, volunteers, and my fellow teammates, like my neighborhood here, that's what it's about. They choose to be kind, generous, just, humble, helpful, fastidious, and committed. That's what I found, whether in processing papers or helping people, teaching, supporting, giving courage, whether administrative or financial. So thank you all for showing the heart of your Creator to me and my neighbors. Thank you for generous, over-the-top, and consistent love. In the world we live in, everything, including finances, are subject to change. But because of the blessing of God and the hard work and kindness of Habitat's team, now, in at least one area of my life, I can plan because I know my mortgage will remain consistent. And I have a brand new house. I hope to fill it with joy, cooking, prayer, and music. Although God is my forever nest, nevertheless, He used Habitat's team, sponsors and volunteers, and my new neighbors to answer my lifelong prayer for a nest where I can rest and fly out from.
Gracious God, we give you thanks for this wonderful day for which we are here. We thank you for the Habitat community and all those who work with Habitat, O Lord, to make this day possible. Bless all of the volunteers who gave of themselves so willingly. And do, Lord, bless now these new homeowners. May their homes be one of peace, love, and understanding. May they find shelter from the outside world. And may they, Lord, be all good neighbors one to another. And give them, Lord, health and resources to continue taking care of their home. We ask, O Lord, that you watch over them as only you can. Bless them as only you can. And we, Lord, will be forever grateful. We ask in your most holy name. Amen.